Let's play a game. How well do you know me? If I said to you, what's the one food I would eat if it was the only food I could eat for the rest of my life, would you know what the answer was? Huh? Would you? Because the answer is salmon. I love salmon. Today, 4 different types of salmon. Oh my God, they're gonna be so good. Don't you dare leave that chair or stool or bench or wherever you are. Just stay right there. I'm Sam, the cooking guy. This show is about food that's big in taste and small in effort.
Man, is that good.
Totally easy stuff anyone can make.
Look at them going already.
And everything comes from a supermarket. You take all those other cooking shows like this. You don't need them anymore. This is Sam, the cooking guy, presented by Lars Remodeling and Design. All right, Salmon Day. Gotta love it. Look at this. Beautiful salmon from Catalina Offshore Products and my boy Tommy, who apparently loves to kiss fish. It's his own thing. I'm not gonna get involved. Whatever he wants to do, I'm gonna let him do. But honestly, my favorite thing in the world, for this reason, you can pan fry it, you can sear it, you can grill it, you can broil it, you can oven bake it, you can eat it raw. I mean, a little piece of salmon like this, by itself, when it's super fresh and amazing, it's ridiculously good. But we're gonna start by learning how to pan sear a piece of it so that we can do that in the next segments, but it's important that you know this. So watch. I'm just gonna cut one piece off right here. Take a little guy like this. And now, when you get it from a place like that, it's gonna have skin on, and that's okay. Here's how we're gonna take the skin off. So this little piece of salmon, we're now gonna take the knife down at this end right here and just run underneath, all the way along, following the skin. And there we go. Now we've got this beautiful little fillet. And the skin right here, the skin's gonna go in the garbage. Sorry, I missed. Do that once more. The skin's gonna go in the garbage. I got it. And now this, we're ready to sear. And now it needs almost nothing. Good ingredients don't need a lot. Here's what we're gonna give this. A little olive oil on both sides and a little salt and pepper. Okay, the pan's ready, and I've said it before, this is not a smart way. I do not condone this method of determining whether your pan's hot enough, but it works for me. So I know when it's here, I'm really feeling it, it's hot enough. Okay, so last tip before we cook this gorgeous little piece of salmon from Tommy. Whatever side will be the presentation side on your plate will go face down first into the pan, because that's when your pan is cleanest and it will get the best, prettiest sear, and that's what you want. Pan's hot and salmon goes face down. That sound is really critical, because it means it's searing and it's not boiling or whatever. I let it get to about a quarter of the way done here. Then I flip it. I do a quarter way the other side. That leaves the center a little bit rare. It'll continue to cook when you take it out of the pan, but it's still gonna be beautiful and perfect and luxurious and nice and luscious. Did I just call salmon luscious? I might have. Well, so I mean that. I've told you, it's my favorite food in the world. I could eat it all the time. Come look. So see what's happening, right? Beautiful color. That's almost a quarter of the way up on that side. So we'll give it just a little bit more, another 30 seconds. So check this out. Forget the thin part, but a quarter of the way in the fat part. So now we turn this guy over. It's amazing. It doesn't take a lot. We've got salt, pepper, a little bit of olive oil, and not extra virgin olive oil. I think we've covered this, but extra virgin olive oil is delicious and has a lot of flavor, but we're not using the oil for flavor at this point. We're only using it for lubrication, which I'll admit sounds a bit creepy, but that's really what I mean. It could be vegetable oil, it could be canola oil. Really what I want at this point is a neutral flavored oil. I don't want sesame oil, though it could be sesame oil, and now I'm confusing you, but really all I'm trying to say not a flavored oil. Let it sit, let it do its thing. It's simple. And then once you've got this piece of salmon seared, you can do a jillion things with it. We'll show you one of those and we'll do some other stuff too, blah, blah, blah. All right, so done. So look. And so look right here. Here's what's important. Still a little rare in here, right? That white is called, what's it called? Albumin, and it's just like that coming out of the fish. But what's really important about this is that this has stayed super moist. Like this bite of salmon. Oh my God. That bite? I know you're looking at it going, oh Sam, I'm used to salmon being like completely gray on the inside. Hold it. I don't want to swear. I don't want to swear to just say how good this is, but this bite is... Michael, I'm going to give Shannon a bite, so can you shoot her?
That's perfect.
It's perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing to it. There's no reason to screw up good salmon anymore, ever. So we're gonna do, in the next segment, we're gonna do a version of this, just like this, but there's gonna be two simple ingredients involved. One is hollandaise and one is chorizo. Oh my God, put the brakes on and stop everything right now. Oh my, sorry. I'm starting to sound like Guy Fieri. And I don't mean to sound like Guy Fieri. I just mean you don't want to go away because it's going to be really great. Hang in, you're watching Salmon Day on Sam the Cooking Guy. See you in a second. I don't always go out to buy fresh seafood, but when I do, I go to Catalina Offshore Product, one of Southern California's premier seafood purveyors. And for you, that means some of the freshest seafood in San Diego. And if you can't get here, you can check out their online store for an incredible selection, especially the amazing sushi-grade quality fish. But don't just take my word for it, because some of San Diego's best chefs shop here too. Catalina Offshore Products, your trusted source for fresh local seafood. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to Salmon Day. We've already shown you how to sear a piece of salmon beautifully, simply. We're gonna do that now, but we're gonna show you a couple things to put on top of it. So get ready for this. So I have this pan heating because I have to cook some of one of my favorite things ever. Of course, I could eat salmon every day. I couldn't eat this every day, but I could eat this a lot. Chorizo. Oh my God. Here's the chorizo. I'm gonna cook it all, but I'm not gonna use it all right now. But trust me, over the next few days, I'll use this for eggs or all kinds of things. The key is just to kind of bust it up. So this is gonna take 5-ish minutes. If you're playing the Sam drinking game, oh my God, I dropped something, sorry. It's gonna be boring, I'm just giving you something to do. The downside to chorizo is that it's a little unclear when it's cooked. It's not like ground beef that changes colors really beautifully. You'll see what this looks like at the end, all right? We also need to get this pan hot to cook some salmon. And did I say what was in this yet? Hollandaise? Hollandaise. We're gonna make hollandaise. So we need 3 egg yolks. And here's how you get your egg yolks. You crack the egg, you separate this, don't want that part. Oh, that white, goodbye, not useful here. And then in a blender. Crack the egg, get those extra bits off because you don't really want them. In the blender, and the final one. Perfect, and in. Okay, 3 egg yolks. Back to the chorizo. See what I mean? Like the bottom, if I do this and flip it over, there's not a lot of color change. I say if you go about 5 minutes at medium-high heat, you're gonna be fine. So 1 stick of melted butter up here for the hollandaise. I've got a half a lemon coming up that looks like this. And I'll use this guy to deliver the goods into here. Here, Dad, go look, go look. Don't you wish you had fur? There's times when I look at my dogs and I'm like, I wish I had fur so bad, just to feel what that was like. And then to just like do the rub thing on the carpet or the ground or whatever. And what is it about a dog when they find like a dead bug on the ground that they have to roll in it? It's like here, dead bug, they're like, oh, love it, fantastic, best day ever. What is it about a dead bug that they like? Okay, so look, this chorizo's done. It's been about 5 minutes here. I'm gonna put 2 pieces of salmon in here. And I'm only gonna do what I did before. I'm gonna give it a little olive oil and some salt. Why don't I need any pepper, Shannon?
Because you're having chorizo.
Nice! Shannon's listening. Okay, so we're gonna take this salmon and it's gonna go in, remember? Presentation side down. Right there. And now the chorizo's done, the salmon's cooking, let's make the hollandaise. We give the hollandaise the 3 egg yolks, juice of half a lemon, pinch of salt, and a pinch of cayenne, because we can. And by the way, you could put dill in this, you could put, I mean, anything here. If you wanted to make rosemary, whatever, hollandaise, you could do that. So we'll blend this. And we're gonna blend this until it becomes light yellow in color. Wait, Shannon, look. I'll come to you, stay there. I don't want you to have to work too hard today. Remember what I said about cook it a quarter of the way? Quarter of the way? You see all that? All right, back we go. So this has gotten lighter yellow. I turn it down a little bit. I take this top off, and then I drizzle in the butter. And now I let this get to the perfect thickness. You would recognize perfect hollandaise sauce when you saw it, right? Look at this. Oh, great balls of fire, that's ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. It's so good, it's so ridiculously good, I'm gonna put it on a ridiculously large plate. So now we'll take a piece of salmon. Little hollandaise, little pepper. Bang! So here's what you want. You want a little bit of salmon, you want a little chorizo, you want a little hollandaise. I know what you're expecting. You're expecting me to eat it. Shannon?
I'll definitely be making this later.
You will, thank you.
That's awesome.
Well, oh my God, salmon cooked perfect. Don't overcook the salmon. Do that 25% flip, 25% rule. I think you're gonna be okay. And by the way, use more heat than you think you need. All right, when we come back, I'm doing a slow roasted salmon. I'm not a fan of things in the oven, but you do it at a low enough temperature, it comes out amazing. Stay tuned, and thanks for hanging out with us. It's Salmon Day. See ya.
When someone's getting their home remodeled, friends are asking, how's it going? Is it better than you had thought? And we are always interested in hearing the feedback from our clients, and what we hope and expect is that they'll tell everybody, better than I thought. A company that cares, they value the relationship, they understand the details of my project, and they deliver on their promises.
This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Welcome back to Salmon Day, and clearly nothing says salmon better than a shot of tequila. I just made that up, but right now I'm thinking, wow, it's really true. All right, this next one is 3 ingredients, but this is a slightly different direction. This I call slow roasted salmon. I told you, I think I'm not a fan of oven baking salmon, but this is baking it at 250 degrees. That's it for 30 minutes. 2 ingredients go on top of it. One is chili sauce. It's like sriracha, but it has the seeds. Here's this chili sauce, and here's sriracha, which is also chili sauce, which is made by the same people. But clearly, there's a difference there that you can look at. Sriracha, delicious. Like a really beautiful amount of heat, nothing too crazy. Chili sauce, this is the chili garlic sauce. If I had to only have one, and there's definitely more heat in this one with the seeds because of the seeds. It's the seeds in the membrane in a chili pepper that deliver the heat. If I could only have one, I think I'd probably go with this one. A little bit more flavor in that. But obviously I'm a fan of both, so. All right, but I promised 2 ingredients on top. So this is gonna be one, and the second one, you were hoping it was gonna drop and break. I know, I know. We love it when stuff smashes. Apricot jam, sort of equal parts of the apricot jam and the chili sauce.
Wait, can you use a clear bowl?
I just got yelled at. I was just told, can you use a clear bowl? She waits till I get the bowl out, bring it over to the counter. She can see I'm gonna put something in it. And then once something's in it, she says, can you use a clear bowl? Yes, of course I can use a clear bowl. How's that? So we're gonna use equal parts of apricot jam and chili sauce, right? So just mix. Bust up the apricot jam. You spoon this over top. Now before I get there, take a look at what this is on. It could be on foil, but I'm using something called a Silpat. It's a permanent baking sheet liner. All right, so now you take this little bit of the chili apricot sauce and you put it on top. Just like that, just let it sit there. That's all you have to do, ladies and gentlemen. The only way I could make this any easier for you is if I brought myself over to your house and I made it right there for you. In the oven, 250, 30 minutes. Kitchen timer, 30 minutes. Boom. All right, we're not going anywhere, but when you see me next, we'll be roasting some sesame seeds to go on the top, and then we're almost there. It's almost done. All right, so here's the deal. Salmon, almost finished. Almost finished, last couple minutes. I was gonna teach you something, but I can't find it. Does anybody see sesame seeds? Oh, I know they are. Sorry. Here we go. So look at, these are blonde, not toasted sesame seeds. They're pretty, but they don't have nearly the flavor that toasted sesame seeds would. So in case you end up with these at some point, like I did, let me show you what to do with them. Put them in a dry, non-stick pan over sort of medium-low heat. And over the next 5 minutes or so, with gentle moving, you don't want to just leave them and ignore them. They'll turn a beautiful little golden color and give you much more flavor. I mean, you don't have to move it like popcorn, but you want to definitely give it a little shake every minute or so. In the meantime, we'll just cut a little green onion. All right. See? Toasted. Beautiful color. Here's the difference between the two of them. Undone sesame seeds. Versus, I mean, there's a pretty big difference there. And not just visually, tastefully. All right, but here's our salmon. Pretty. And you're gonna look at it, you go, it's not cooked. I'm telling you, not only is this cooked, but it's freaking amazing and perfect. And the only thing it's gonna get is a little bit of the green and some of the seeds. And then we taste it. Just a little bite. 3 ingredients. And here's the salmon inside, look. Not like dried out all the way through. Just delicious, moist. And that's what it's about, dried salmon. You can buy salmon in a can if you want it dried. Oh, good Lord. Somebody save me right now from my own. Oh. Okay, so the chili sauce adds like a beautiful amount of heat, but it's definitely there, but tempered by the apricot jam that adds the sweet undertones to the whole. Sweet undertones. Who have I become? It's just damn good. That's what it is. Come here, Shannon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here, put it right there. Here. Really good, right? Not too spicy. Delicious.
Yep.
But moist, that's the thing.
Good.
200.
I could do without the green onions though.
What? How dare you? What?
It's okay with just the chili. You don't need that green onion.
What?
Okay, maybe not.
Well, I hate your Buckeye things. Never go to Ohio, ever. They'll try and fill you full of overly sweet peanut buttered chocolate balls that are ridiculous. When we come back, I'm making an SBLTS. Salmon, bacon, lettuce, and tomato salad. It's gonna be so good. So good. Don't go away. This is Sam the Cooking Guy. Hello and welcome back. I think it'd be pretty obvious that I'm cooking bacon here. And I believe I said before that we're making a salmon BLT salad. So I'm gonna need bacon for this. Also gonna need bacon grease for this because I'm gonna cook other stuff in here. So there's the bacon, there's the tomatoes, BLT, bacon lettuce. So I'm gonna vary a little bit and I'm gonna use spinach. Tomatoes, I'm gonna have to pick through these guys just to get the ends off, but look at how amazing these little guys are gonna be. Oh my gosh. So we start with some spinach in the bowl. And the beautiful thing about using spinach is, yes, it's super like hearty right now in the beginning, but when you add a warm dressing to it, it just kind of goes, oh, okay, just take me. It relaxes, it gets soft, it gets fantastic. This is how I like the bacon. I don't want it, it's gonna crisp up a little bit more as it sits here, but I don't want it to be too much. I've got to cook salmon, I've got to cook tomatoes, I need some garlic. So I've got 2 little pieces of salmon here that we're gonna do the way we learned in the beginning. Just a little olive oil, you don't really need to watch up close for this because they're lazy over there, nobody wants to come over here anyways. A little salt and pepper. We're gonna take the salmon, face side down, presentation side down. The bacon grease, I'm gonna do this with. Leave a little bit in here. I need some tomatoes, and I don't need these little green things in the tomatoes, so get all different sizes, right? Get big guys, get medium guys, get little guys. Okay, let's do this. Let's turn this salmon, because you can see if we go by our rule, we're 25% there on the sides. Give it another 25% here. You just see what happens if I put a tomato in. Let's put the tomatoes in. Yes, that's fantastic. They're gonna squish enough, they're gonna get beautiful. So in the meantime, go that way. Let me just get some of my ingredients for the salad dressing that we're gonna warm up and throw over this. So I need some red wine vinegar, 3 tablespoons. Little Dijon, little Dijon, little Dijon, little Dijon, little, oh God. Oh God, that's the guy. I got something coming. Stop everything. I'll be right back. Salmon's good, salmon's good. We need these back on the heat. Where was I? I was making the dressing and eating bacon. I feel like I need something else in this. Garlic. Garlic there. And then a little salt and pepper. Garlic, sugar. Just a little bit of sugar. Season this a bit, salt and pepper. I feel like I'm slammed on time. Okay, so watch. The tomatoes. There. Bacon. BL. Okay, so it's not exactly a T. It's more like a BLS, but it's gonna be great. This right here, back on the heat, back on the heat, back on the heat, back on the heat. throw this dressing in here. Squeeze of olive oil. Oh boy, does that smell good. And now over the top. BLTS. Salmon. Salmon there. Some of the tomatoes on top. Some of the bacon. There you go. And then, because I love fresh ground pepper, I would do that. And look, here's how you want to have a bite of this. You want some of the salmon, which is still perfect. You want to butter to the bacon. You want some of this greeny salad, whatever it is. Okay? Don't even get me started. I'm just gonna tell you this. Forget about the salmon because obviously I love salmon. There's something magical that happens to a tomato when you heat it up. And I don't mean in a sauce. I mean, when you heat up a whole tomato and it starts to blister on the side a little bit and bust open, and then you throw it on with a piece of bacon, and then you get some spinach on there and a simple little dressing. I loved all the food in today's show. Loved it. All right, that's it for me today. I've already said enough. I've said probably far too much. Shannon's got to edit like 16 hours down to 23 minutes, and I feel bad for her. But our next show is going to be, I don't know, so come back and watch that. Oh, burgers. Great burgers. And don't forget, you can always watch all these episodes on the website. CookingGuy.com. Thanks for hanging out with us. Support our sponsors. See ya.